If you want to, Desiree, because you had the possibility, Jens, to refer to what Desiree said, but maybe you would like to comment some of the perspectives that Jens is giving.
I just want. I know that. I mean, the left party is not very happy about the European Union at all. But I think that both United Nations and EU has very important roles to play actually in development policies. And I recently visited the United Nations for 2 weeks and meeting a lot of people working with all these different agencies. And I think it's very important that Sweden, we can be actually very active. Even though we are a very small country, we contribute with a lot of money, so we can also have a lot of impact on the policies within the United Nations. And that's also what I think that we should do in the European Union, that we should be active and really fight for the values that we think are very important. So I think that we shouldn't just sit back and see. I think sometimes the State Secretary was a little bit passive, because I think we could be more active in this agenda of the new EAS. And I also want to say that the treaty is very, if you read the treaty, the Lisbon Treaty, I think it's very clear about poverty reduction and the policies that should be implemented. So I think that is something that we really could point out when we talk from the Swedish side. And I also think that what you always, I got some papers from you before, I think the importance of actually that the different countries within the European Union, some of them have a very low budget for development aid. And I think that's something that we could also maybe put pressure on the other ones within this in this regard with this new EAS. Actually, that is something that we could talk when the ministers meet, and Sweden could say what's important with having like 1% of the BNI or the gross product. So I think that's very important that we can go forward and really we could maybe have more access to policies in that concern with other EU countries. So I hope that we could put pressure on other countries. So that was some comments. Thank you.
Jens, and then I will let you comment as well.
Yeah, in many respects, I completely agree what Desiree says, and I think what you are saying is quite a lot. It's not on the same line as we could hear the State Secretary when he talked, because he couldn't even find any problem with this proposal, or he had to think a lot at least. But let me just take one concrete example. I think the Swedish foreign aid is very good in many respects. On the other hand, I think it's a big problem that we use money from the foreign aid to things, to embassies, to giving grants to foreign students, to immigration policy and so on here in Sweden. But one good thing is that Sweden is one of the countries in the forefront when it comes to sexual and reproductive rights, and that we have a quite clear gender aspect of our foreign policy or our foreign aid. And let's just assume that the EU would decide that all foreign aid should be completely 100% harmonized. I'm pretty sure that we wouldn't be able to keep those standards, because then we would have to adapt to other big countries which are much more conservative in the European Union. So the reason why I bring up this issue is that I think we should just acknowledge that there is a fight we have to take every day to make sure that we can stick to these standards, and it shouldn't be taken for granted.